And we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sport on a Friday night. And we've got some URC action as our attention returns to the United Rugby Championship. And we are over in Scotland as the Glasgow Warriors host the Stormers tonight, which should be a great game. Should be absolutely brilliant. Very interesting to see that Glasgow are the odds-on favourites. The Stormers traditionally not travelling well. All the South African sides traditionally haven't travelled well in this competition. So an opportunity for Stormers to kind of sort of bury the hatchet or start to bury the hatchet when it comes to travelling and being able to sort of get that a little bit of the monkey with the back end, start building some good results away from home. So it should be a really good opportunity for them. Two very good sides, lots of internationals littered in amongst them. And a couple of big names back for the likes of Glasgow Warriors and the Stormers. It's a very, very cool team. It's a very fun team. It's a strong side. Obviously missing a lot of World Cup winners who are obviously currently down in Cape Town celebrating their Rugby World Cup triumph. But it should still be a lot of fun. The man in the middle is Chris Busby. We're going to go through the team in just a second, but I want you guys to go and vote in the poll. Let me know who you are backing, who you're supporting tonight, and who you'd like to see come away with a victory. At the moment, it's pretty one-sided. Although the odds-on favourites not quite agreeing with what the poll is. If we look at the odds, courtesy of our betting partners, BOYLESPORTS, I can tell you exactly what they are. And they're actually backing Glasgow Warriors to get the job done. Glasgow Warriors at 1.32 to win the match. Stormers at 4.15. So Stormers, given a less than 1 in 4 chance of actually getting the results here tonight. So, that 91% of people that reckon they're going to win, well, the bookies disagree. Similarly, over there in Sharks, or in London, for example, Ospreys given even less of a chance to actually beat Sharks. And I personally think that they could potentially get the job done there. It's going to be very interesting to see how the Stormers side goes, though. It's they've had some two good results, but they're away from home, missing a lot of players, and in very tricky conditions. So I think is probably the main thing. So let's have a look at the team, shall we? We'll start with the Glasgow Warriors side, which are the home side. And in the front row, it is Ollie Cable, Johnny Matthews, and Xander Ferguson. They will be backed up by Greg Peterson and Richie Gray in a solid tight 5. If we look at the loose trio, it is Rory Dodge, Matt Ferguson, and Sione Valenu. It's a pretty good pack. Matt Ferguson back in the side there. Rory Dodge as well. Two important players for Scotland. If we look at the halfback pairing, it is George Horn next to Tom Jordan, Carl Rose, Sebastian Cancelera. The two wings. Stafford McDowell will captain the side at inside centre. He's next to Sione Tupolotto, Ollie Smith at fullback. Off the bench, it is Angus Fraser, Jamie Batty, and Scott Cummings. Lucio Sordoni in the front row. Then Scott Cummings, Alex Samuel, Henko Fente in a 6-2 split. Jamie Dobie and Duncan Weir, the two backline players there. Right, for the Hoopsters, the men in blue. Alistair Mark, Joseph Dreber, Netling for Shear, who will captain the side. That is your Stormers front row. In the second row, it is Ben, Jason Dixon, and Ruben van Heerden. The loose trio is Billy Engelbrecht, Ivan Rose on the flank, and Kaketso Maraba. In terms of the halfback pairing, you've got Herschel Yankees next to Jean-Luc Duplessis, who returns to the starting lineup. Leon Zas, Andrew Davis, two wings. Sasha Fabian Ngomazulu, should I say. Next to Ben Loader, who gets his first start outside centre. Warwick Lunt, the boogeyman at fullback. Andrew Hugo Fenta, Lizo Koboka, and Brock Harris, the reserve front row. RJ Smith, Gary Porter, Marcel Tennyson, the forwards in that 6-2 split with Stefan Unger and Clayton Blommetjies, the sole two backline players there. And right, so the two teams are out. Trying to work out. It looks like Glasgow will have a kickoff. They'll play right to left, and Stormers will be receiving kickoff. Right, kick off. Then they go down the right-hand side, do the Glasgow Warriors. And it's a pretty good take there under the high ball. I think that is Billy Engelbrecht who might come away with that. Tertiary Yankees popping up too. Evan Lewis, the number 7 jersey, strong carry from him first up. Needs to get onto the right, the front foot here to do the Stormers. And need to try and settle in. It is a 4G pitch, so it's not going to be too wet, not going to be too difficult. However, it is pretty cold. You can see that by some of the perspiration from the players as they were breathing. A very good kick there from Hershey Yankees. Good take, though, from Marty Smith. Decent chase coming from Leon Zas. They moved down to the left-hand side. First carry of the night for Ollie Cable. And he's hammered back in the tackle by his opposite number, Ali from Mark. Quick defense there from Stormers. Very good defense that from Ruben van Heerden. Keeping Glasgow Warriors behind the line now. Ball goes back towards Tom Jordan. Sion Topolato. Long pass out wide. And getting across here. In fact, he's misread as well. Davis eventually reels in Carl Rowe. And a penalty for the Stormers there. Very, very good work as well. Being done by Watchalong. Back in the lineup. And, I mean, what a play. Just gets straight over that ball. Says thank you very much. Very, very good work from the fullback. Not one of the things that he will be particularly well known for, Watchalong. You know, his prowess over the ball. But a solid start there. Jean-Luc Duplessis goes to that left boot of his. And he'll progress up the field. Finds touch just past the 10-meter line. So a pretty solid start here from the Stormers. Right, looking at some of the comments here. Marius saying, we SA start strong with behind you boys. And FP saying, tonight the Storm is south for real. Well, let's find it. Right, Joseph Weber, his first player of the day. He needs to have a big season. Potentially needs to get himself back into Bok territory here. And a lot of that, I think, will come down to his line work. So he's got a full season to try and sort of prove that he can get the job done. Bit of a reset here from the Stormers. I think they have a different story here as well. Hershey Yankees coming across to give the instruction to Joseph Weber. It does look like a full lineup. They go to the front of the line. Good work there. Pops it back up there. Hershey Yankees fires it out towards Tash Bayman. Got a Zulu solid carry from him. He's had a great start to the season. Now Hershey Yankees seeing a bit of space and they're just chipping it in behind. It is allowed to bounce. I think it's going to run. It's going to run far too far in the end. Going to get all the way back for the scrum there. Pretty poor kick in there. It was the right idea from Hershey Yankees. Just far too much on and the bounce of the ball taking it away from any of the chasing forwards. So I think they'll go back to where he kicked it and have the scrum. But a first solid carry there from Sasha Feinberg. Zulu. So much hype surrounding him. John Dobson looking a bit chilly over there. He's got a beanie on the ball head of his. And then Franco Smith watching on. Really starting to turn things around here at Glasgow. Took a while for him to get going, but started to sort of kick into gear a little bit. Right, so scrum here halfway between the 10 meter and the 22, pretty much the halfway from a width perspective. So good, interesting to see how the very set piece here. Nate Bashir up against Ollie Cable. Xander Ferguson up against Ali from Mark. And it's a free kick here for Glasgow Warriors. Not much stability there. I think they're going to call for another scrum here. Much better scrum. That's pretty good scrum there from Stormers. They're trying to come through here. Under a bit of pressure here. They have a reset here. So I think the Stormers will be quite happy with that. Another reset here. It wasn't a bad scrum. I don't think they'll be. I don't think they'll be overly upset about that. They do usually go down the right-hand side there. Jordan popping up to Tupolotto. Good hit on him coming from Ben Loader. Well read from the outside centre. And I think it's Marabi who's trying to get his hands over the ball, but been told to use it. Available, goes down the right-hand side. Pretty big carry. Slow ball this time now for George Horn. Rory Dodge now being driven back. Good defense there from the Stormers. Not too many options, so George Horn's going to go to the boot there. Warwick goes up and spills it forward, so knock on advantage here for Glasgow Warriors. Ball pops up. Long pass out wide. Bit of a numbers issue over here. I think you can see the kicking behind there. They do kicking behind. Not the best kick. I think trying to go for that corner. Comes inside. Warwick got a bit of time here. Fires it pretty low. It's a very good touch final from Warwick. That's actually brilliant. That's towards the 10-meter line. Very nice clearance from him. Very good to see him back and playing for the Stormers. What a play he is. So much fun to watch when he's at his best. Pretty solid first line there from the guys is available. They go short. And it's carried by Sunil Valinu. Right, now goes to the back line. Jordan. Pass out to Tupolati, gets away from one. His legs are taken underneath him. I tell you what, kicking Murabi's getting through a lot of work. And then Evan Lewis come offside and play the scrum off. I think, yeah, he tried to buy the penalty and the referee wasn't buying, but then I think Evan Lewis then coming offside and playing him. Not a bad kick either. Looks a little bit chilly over there in Scotland. Not say I do cold well. I do want to come and watch a couple of games at that side. Oh, that's a horrible take. And Ruben van Heerden's come away with the ball. He's got a bit of a marauding run. Big carry here from Ruben van Heerden after it was spilled forward by Glasgow. Hoshiaki throws to Jean-Luc Duplessis. Fires after Sasha Gomezulu. Slips and then decides to go to the boot. Does pop up and makes it a little bit difficult for Calro. Goes to that left boot. Not his best clearance, and that's worked out very well. So good bit of initiative there from Sasha Famu Gomezulu. As soon as he slipped, decided the boot was the best option. He saw that space in behind, just hammering it in behind. And it's actually Ollie Smith who's been slightly turned there. And it'll be a Stormers line-out, just outside of 22. Joseph Dweber, waiting for the call here from Hershey Yankees. And it's been got to the back. It's been intercepted. Leon's just having to make the tackle. So that's two very poor lines from both teams, in fact. Not too many options. McDowell going over the top. That's a perfect cross kick. Oh, he spilt it forward. Tell you what, if he managed to, Sebastian Cancelliere holds on to that, I think he might actually be able to run this in. So a bit of comedy of errors over here. You know, ball over the top, turnover ball. Nobody behind the defense. Tackle McDowell with the right option. Chip over the top. Perfect chip, really. Not too many excuses here for Sebastian Cancelliere. Oh, you got to be taking it. Got to be taking it. Set up a 1-1. And a free kick for not. Yeah, it's not a skew throw from Joseph Dweber. It's a numbers issue, so that's a pretty poor free kick to concede. Ruben van Heerden, the man who'll be calling that, and he'll have to put his hands up for that free kick. Interesting to see what they do here. I think Glasgow was called for the scrum. They have called for the scrum. Just inside the Stormers 22 on the far right-hand side. Currie says, a bit flat after the Boca 4 World Cups. I think everyone's just sort of, trying to sort of get back into things, trying to get back into watching some URC, getting back into the swing of things a little bit. Have had some time off, but it'll be good to get back into the sort of rugby. It looks like a much better hit there from Glasgow. Yeah, pretty solid. Use it as the call. George Horn. Wrapping around Doug Glasgow. That's a brilliant read, though. Ben Loader making the tackle on Cancelera. So they've lost a good 10 minutes here, Glasgow. Ball goes back to Ollie Cable. Big tackle coming from him, nearly Bashir, as well as I think it was Ben Jason Dixon getting up the nice quickly now. But a couple of numbers here, and almost numbers on the outside. Good tackle coming from Angela Davis. A half tackle. He gets up and has to make the tackle again. Very solid carry there coming from Rory Dodge. Still inside their own half here, Glasgow. Quick ball here from Horn. Flings it out towards Tom Jordan. And there's a bit of an overlap to Bellotto. Pops it up. And Cancelera is through. Oh my goodness, look at the pace. Look at the pace. Hershey Yankees. He's still going his Cancelera. But inside ball to Jordan. Oh no, they've lost it forward once again. Comes away to Evan Lewis. He pops it up to Ben Jason Dixon. Ben Jason Dixon looking for options. That's pretty high. Yeah, it is a high tackle. That's a dreadful attempt of a tackle from his opposite number. Greg Peterson, that is really, really poor. But I mean, how they've almost butchered this year. They had the numbers here. Just bang in the inside. Pretty poor tackle attempt from Leon Zash. Right, then it was a 2-on-1 situation here. Just pass it. Oh, he passed it. He's away. Ball comes back inside. Knocked on there from Tom Jordan. And the Stormers trying to run it out. And high tackle coming from Greg Peterson on Ben Jason Dixon. His opposite number. That's a phenomenal clear. Sasha Feinberg on Missoula. Goodness me. He's gone from 22 to 22 here. Right, so it's Trevor on the 22. Needs to get this right here. 12 minutes gone. Still no real big try scoring opportunities. Maybe that previous one, probably the first real sort of early sign. Yeah, they go to the front of the line. Good take there from moving from here. Peel off the back. Hush Yankees. Goes pretty far, and it's not full by Sasha Feinberg on Missoula. We're seeing a really poor display of skill sets here from both teams. Far too many knock-ons. That's double knock-on there coming from. I mean, it's just, I mean, that's got to be a regulation there from Sasha Feinberg on Missoula. You can see the look of frustration in the youngster's face after a phenomenal kick. Good front foot ball. To knock that on is pretty unforgivable. It wasn't the kindest pass from Hershey Yankees. Could have been a lot better. But, yeah, certainly no excuses there. Right, so another scrum here on the 22. But a pretty sloppy start to its proceedings. Hopefully this tightens up a little bit from both sides, because it's not been particularly impressive so far. And a penalty to Glasgow. I think it's on the far side there. So I think it's on Ali for Mark. Must admit, I've always been a little bit hesitant when it comes to Ali for Mark as a scrummager. I think he's a sort of player around the park. Not sure he's the best scrummager. So I think we're going to see Steve Satolia, Lizo Koboka as your predominant loose heads for the Stormers. Right, so Glasgow on the front foot here. They find territory just inside the Stormers half, just shy of the 10-meter line. Try and get themselves on the front foot here. Try and cause, carve a bit of point scoring opportunities here. Almost 15 minutes into the first half. Front of the line up there. Looking for the roadie more here, Glasgow, as the ball works its way back towards Johnny Matthews at the back in the number 2 jersey. And they do go across, and Joe Streber is there to meet him and brings him down. Good work there from the hooker. Good carry there coming from Richie Gray, trying to up the ante here, Glasgow. Peterson driven backwards. Solid defense so far. Ball comes loose. Advantage for offside. They go all the way out towards Cancelera. Cancelera gets across one. Ben Loader gets across to make a good tackle. He's had a very good start to proceedings from a defensive point of view. Has the number 13. Never onside as the call. So going to get back for the penalty. And I think it might be kickable. I'm not sure they will take the points here. I think if it is kickable, it wouldn't be the worst idea, given how they haven't really caused too many opportunities. Yeah, I think I'll take it. It's about 20 meters in field. It's on the 10-meter line. This should very much be in range, and I reckon that if I'm Stafford McDowell, I'm telling my place kicker to have a go here. Kiki Marabe, who's the one who strolled offside there, or never onside. They're not. They're going to go for the corner here, Glasgow. And he's kicked it dead. He's kicked it dead. This might be one of the most sloppy first 15-minute passage of play I think I've seen in a very, very long time. Right, so scrum here now on the 10-meter line for the Stormers. Haven't really had much scrum ascendancy so far, so we need a nice big hit here. And it goes down. They do get the penalty. You know, you can see from their hit, they're overextending there with Glasgow. So Stormers get an opportunity to get themselves back into a good position. I reckon Sasha Gomezulu will be the one who will be asked to try and find touch here after that really impressive touch find earlier. It will be Jean-Luc Duplessis with that left boot. And then not straight. Deary me. I mean, this couldn't get more sloppy if we tried. Just zero flow to the game. Lots of mistakes. We can't just no flow at the moment. Yeah, just getting the timing wrong there. Blocking is what they used to call it when you sort of go for early. Ah, dear. Come on, guys. Can we just get a bit of rhythm into the game here? Both teams just really not being able to settle in. And you can't really blame the conditions. I think it's cold. I don't think it's that wet unless you know, we're seeing things that we're not seeing what the conditions really are. But I don't think it seems to be too wet. Yeah, I'll be a bit of dew on the grass. So it won't be bone dry, but not really an excuse for what we've seen so far. Much better solid scrum from both sides there. Now, big second shot coming from the Stormers. George Horn does use it. And he goes to Tom Jordan looking to wrap around. Hirsch Yankee's there to make the tackle. Pressure being put on Ollie Smith there. Good work from the Stormers defense and getting the penalty as well. Sasha Gomezulu celebrating hard there. And that's the one thing, though. Out of the things that have been good and have been bad, the Stormers defense look pretty good. They got up nice and quickly. They're putting Glasgow under a lot of pressure. Forced a couple of turnovers. That must be the second breakdown penalty being won. And I'll tell you what, the 24-year-old English wing/centre, Ben Loaders, had a very nice start to proceed. I think he looks like a very nice signing, actually. Right, decision time now. Could be going for polls here, could the Stormers. Sasha Gomezulu. I'll be interested to see who will be kicking for polls here between him and Jean-Luc Duplessis. And I think they are going to call for a kicking team. Yeah, it will be Sasha Gomezulu who's going to try and take the 3 points here. I think it's going to be a big season for Sasha Gomezulu. It is his third season, second full season, really, for the youngster. So highly rated. I think everybody's very excited to see what he can do. But I think the big thing is we need to sort of almost taper expectations. 21 years old, turns 22 in February. So still got plenty of years ahead of him. And we said that Dave Vince was a World Cup winner by this age. Looking pretty good, looking pretty good. Yeah, very nice kick. Solid kick there from Sasha Gomezulu. First points on the board here after almost 20 minutes as the Stormers take the lead. 3 points to 0. And yeah, finally getting onto the board. Quick restart, and it's been taking the Stormers a little bit by surprise. It's been knocked forward, in fact, by Sasha Gomezulu, the man who just converted those 3 points. So all of a sudden, Glasgow back on the front foot here. Solid carry coming there from Matt Ferguson. Ball available. And Valerie goes into scrum half. Pops it up to Johnny Matthews. Thanks to Xander Ferguson, in fact. Now George Horner is back up. This is Johnny Matthews. Spins away from one. Eventually brought down. A lot of Stormers' bodies trying to get involved there. Keeping it nice and tight here so far, guys. It's on the 22. Matt Ferguson. Now it falls to Stephen McDowell, the captain. Just on the brink of the 22 here on the left-hand side. Looking to work their way back towards the right-hand side now, Glasgow. Goes back to Xander Ferguson. Solid defense here. Stormers, Glasgow losing a bit of territory. It's another big hit. So the physicality on defense here is absolutely brilliant from the Stormers. Very new now. Another good hit coming from them. Those Yankees trying to get over that ball. Penalty advantage. Yeah, I should have left it. Xander Ferguson now. Another solid tackle coming on him. I think it's Ben Jason Dixon getting through a lot of good work. Now, penalty advantage. Tupolotto looking for options. Goes himself. And it was a good win there for Kiki Marabe, but there was penalty advantage. And I think this could be 3-3. Kind of stems down to that knock-on from Fabian Ngomazulu. I think he'll know that as well. Got to take the kickoffs. Can't just get your 3 points and then switch off, because as soon as all of a sudden Glasgow have rushed them a little bit, they've caused a mistake, only mistake, conceded a penalty at the Stormers, and they're going for the corner here, are Glasgow. So Tom Jordan's towards the corner. He's made sure this time, so they're about 10 to 15 meters short of the try line. So still a way to go. We got a Richie Gray. Front of the line, looking for the rolling more here, Glasgow. Looks pretty well set as well. Up to the 5 meter already. Now here comes the rest of the back line. Looking really solid. Looking really solid. Eventually it's going to come down. And turnover ball. Wow, fair enough. Well defended. Well defended from the Stormers. It looked a bit ominous, looked a bit threatening, but in the end, it's very good defense from the away side. Big scrum here now. You just won yourself a turnover. You defended it. And if you can win a penalty, get yourself a free clearance, then that is the absolute perfect defense. And a free kick from the Stormers. That's not what they needed. And all of a sudden, Glasgow now with the free kick. And I reckon I'll take a scrum here. But, I mean, this is the perfect position for a scrum. On the far right-hand side, the full width of the field down the left to work with. This is try-scoring territory for Glasgow. And the Stormers scrum. We've won one penalty so far. Not looked particularly good. Ali Mark under a bit of pressure. Neatly Bashir, the captain, needs to take charge of things. Try and sort this out. Xander Ferguson up against Ali Famark. That's fair saying. Too many unforced errors. True, very true. It's a little bit schoolboyish at the moment. Just very sloppy. Solid hit there from Glasgow. It's going to be front foot ball here for George Horn. What's he going to do? What can they cook up to Tupolotto talking around? Does go Tupolotto. Oh my goodness. He's not even touched. He is not even touched. He was always going to be the danger man. You've got to be looking at the danger man. And Sione Tupolotto was always going to be the man they were going to go to. And they popped on the inside. And he strolled over with ease. Far too easy. Absolutely. I mean, yeah, it was telegraphed. Interesting that we've often seen McDowell and, oh my goodness, Sasha Faming on Mazuli. I mean, he's looking at Ben Loader, but those two have gotten it so wrong. Yeah, and then George Horn adds the extra 7 points to 5. Sorry, 10 points to 3. It's a said, doesn't even get touched. This could have been a touch rugby game and he would have gone straight over. And the Stormers defense, which so far was sounding pretty firm, has been breached very, very easy by Sione Tupolotto. 7 points to 3 after 25 minutes. Branko Smith doesn't really crack a smile often, does he? Going down the middle here, Johnny Duplessis. Initial hit coming from Yankees, but eventually it's been brought out inside the 22. George Horn inside the 22. Goes to Xander Ferguson. He's met by Ali. Oh, I'll tell you what. Billy Engelbeck's trying to rip that in the tackle. Now George Horn goes back and goes to the boot from the box kick, and he will find touch right by the halfway line. Pretty good tick in the end, actually, from George Horn. So the Stormers will have to restart from the halfway line, just inside Glasgow territory. Good take that move from Hidden. First Yanks goes Johnny Duplessis. Femi Gomezulu. So okay from him. After 22. Quick ball from Hershey Yankees. Back to Johnny Duplessis. Fires out towards. Oh, inside ball. Brilliant inside ball there from Gelant. And Leon Zas making a good 15 meters. Very much better there from the Stormers. Billy Engelbrecht. Big hit on him. Pops presented well there to the Hershey Yankees. Hershey Yankees wants to go himself. Very, very intelligent work there. Ollie Cable's side. And he wants to go through quickly. Hershey Yankees read it very well. Just picked up the ball. Ran into it. Knowing he's on an in offside position. He's won the penalty. And interesting now, what do they decide to do? Corner? No, they're going to go for the points. They are going for the points. Yeah, intelligent work the most Yankees. Right, so now Sasha Payne and Gomezulu to make this a 1-point game. Yep, no issues there from Sasha Payne and Gomezulu. He has the extras and the Stormers reduce it to a 1-point game. Much better work from the away side. Deep restart. Once again, they're really trying to sort of... Oh my goodness. And that's Sasha Payne and Gomezulu. Twice he's been targeted off the kickoff. This time they went very deep there. Glasgow Warriors trying to really up the ante, and he's been charged down. Has Sasha Payne and Gomezulu, and I tell you what, old Leon Zats done a lot of pressure to try to run that out. He's actually knocked the ball on and gone to touch, so I think they might actually have the option, but at the very least, yeah, fantastic chasing there from George Horn, putting Sasha Payne and Gomezulu under all the pressure. And it'll be a 5-meter line now for Glasgow. So a big opportunity. Richie Gray goes up and gets the ball. Pretty solid look more so far. And it's broken off. Oh, this is going to be try time. Try time, and over they go. It's too easy. It's too easy. 2 mistakes off the kickoff. Glasgow have pounced on both of them. They've taken their chances. That's 2 tries. And they retake the lead. And Stormers guilty of their own demise, really. Yeah, it's not going well for the Stormers. Mark says, how can I stream it? In terms of this game is being shown on Viaplay Sports 1. There is no free-to-air broadcaster, unfortunately. So yeah, those are your broadcasters. In terms of the rest of the weekend, nothing really. It's the standard broadcasters. Right, George Horn on the right-hand side. But a good kick, but he does get it. Just slides to the left. So a 6-point game. And interesting now, the Stormers, with about 10 minutes left in the first half, well, they switch tactics, not looking to go for the lines, but they continue to try and kick the 3 points. The rolling mauls looked really good from Glasgow, so that's been a very good piece of attack from them. But Stormers just guilty of creating too many mistakes, really. That's a charge down, it's a knock-on. It's allowing Glasgow back into the good positions. Glasgow just riding their luck, really. They go short on the right-hand side. It's well read, though, by Richie Gray. Very well read. Horn going up to Ollie Cable. Very nice tackle. I think it's Joseph Draper. That's a huge tackle on him, driving him back. Uses the call. And Horn goes. He can't find touch. The ball's allowed to bounce. Bounced over Warwick-Land. Bounced into the hands of Leon Zas, who then I think knocked it on forward. Sasha Fayman-Gomezou's gone back. Yeah, it is a knock-on advantage and will be turnover ball. Yeah, far, far, far too sloppy. Can't let that ball bounce. Then Leon Zas knocks it forward under a lot of pressure. Sasha Fayman-Gomezou just trying to clean up, but it's just very sloppy from the Stormers. It's just basics, really. Basics. John Dobson at half time. I don't think there's going to be a hell of a lot he can say, but the big thing he'll just say is just, chaps, stick to your basics here. Making far too many errors. Sort the errors out, and I think that they can get it in this game. Scrambling down the right hand side. Once he gets Bedard, first receiver goes inside to Sony Tupolotta. A very nice combination. And soon Valenu goes himself. Still going. So carry. Glasgow up towards the 22. Xander Ferguson. He's been full of carrying tonight so far as the Scottish tight head. Ben Jason Dix trying to get over the ball. Valenu made the initial break. Solid work from him. And penalty right in front of the poles here. And I think this is where I think Glasgow, for the first time in the evening, will probably look to take the points. Ben Jason Dixon there. It's a good tackle, and then Joseph Clever just can't roll. He's desperately trying to. And slowing it down, decides the referee. Penalty here. George Horn right in front of the post. This should be a 15 points to 6 match after this. Yeah, no issue whatsoever. He adds the extras. Extra 3 points there. Just as I said, once again, kind of riding off the Stormers' mistakes. And all of a sudden, 15 points to 6. The Stormers, a sloppy 10-minute period. And they're kind of falling away from this game. Just outside 22. It's a good restart there from Johnny Duplessis. Kicking Marabi, then one chasing. Need to find some points for half time here, do the Stormers. Runners up last season, former champions. Horn goes to the boot. Tester here for Warwick-Land. Takes it well. And a lot of pressure there coming from Sebastian Cancelera. Watchalong decides to go down the right hand side. First real opportunity for the ball in hand here for the Stormers in a while. Kicking Marabi with a solid carry. Who from here and that behind Johnny Duplessis under a bit of pressure there. It's a high tackle from Ollie Cable. Surely, yeah, penalty advantage there. Pick up and go from Evan Lewis. It's a bit more like it. His first carry of the day, really. Slow ball now. Hushanki's go down the left-hand side. Nearly Bashir popping up to Warwick-Land. Now, this is where Warwick-Land is so dangerous. Looks for options. Goes to the boot. Oh, my goodness. A huge tackle on Kyle Rowe. There was a penalty advantage. So decision time to take the points right in front of the polls, keep accumulating those 3 points, make it once again a 6-point game. It's tempting. I think they are going to take the points. Yeah, they are taking the points. It's not the worst of the year. Kind of build a bit of an innings because they just need to stop conceding tries, which sounds very very obvious, but it is. You know, they've allowed Glasgow back with a couple of silly mistakes, and John Dobson, as you can see, is absolutely fuming. I think he's a very nervous watcher, as John Dobson. Never looks particularly calm when watching a game. All right, let's see if Sash Fan goes on. He can make it 3 from 3. He's turned pretty quickly, so I think he's struck it well. Struck it very well. Right, over the go. So all 9 points coming courtesy of Sasha Fame Gomazulu. But now, once again, kickoff got to be better here. Stormers continue to stay in the game, living off a couple of Glasgow mistakes, but making a few mistakes of their own. Once again, Glasgow going very quickly. And this time, Sasha Fame Gomazulu is aware to the threat and takes it well. Outside the 22 they go, but the ball is available there for Hershey Yankees. Goes to the boot. It's a solid chase from Leon Zatz. A great take. No, it's actually fallen to Evan Ruiz. Evan Ruiz going a bit of a run. This is where he's so dangerous, Evan Ruiz. 20 meters made from him. Quick ball here for Hershey Yankees. He fires out towards Jean URC. Long pass out towards Ben Lowe. Not too many options. I think it's Warwick puts it in behind for Angelo Davids. And, he's done very well to stay inside there. I think it's Carl Rowe, Wiley Smith. Angelo Davids is putting a lot of pressure, but inside the 22, Glasgow. This is much better from the Stormers. Nice solid tackle coming nice and low from Fabian Gomazulu, as well as Ben Jason Dixon. Yeah, and then George Horn just clearing, not his best clearance, and the Stormers left front football here. Ruiz Pochibal saying, Steve, the Stormers look freezing cold and disconnect in defence. What do you think? Yeah, I think a disconnect in defence. That's an interesting one because they've defended well in parts. The line speed looks pretty good. They're getting it nice and quickly and putting pressure on Glasgow. But yeah, just sometimes getting it a bit wrong, creating a few holes. I just think the basics are looking. I think the cold thing is an interesting shot because yeah, I mean they're knocking balls on like that. That's been knocked over backwards apparently. So Evan Ruiz come away with the ball is available for Stormers, but that's a very sketchy line out. Now Joe Strata puts his head down. Quick ball here from Hershey Yankees. Ali Mark, the one that's looking for it, does go to Ali Mark. Keeping within the forwards here. Ben Jason Dixon, and it looks like a bit of an off the ball incident there. A little bit of a clean out. Hershey Yankees go short and nettling for sheer. Still a bit of a scuffle happening. Ben Jason Dixon involved there. Now they go to Warwick Lunt. Down the left hand side, right hand side. This is going to be, it's obviously perfect for Leland Zass. He's got that little chip, does Warwick Lunt. It's absolutely brilliant. And Leland Zass just coming up short, but it's actually almost brilliant. And Evan Ruiz. He just cannot resist. He's such a phenomenal rugby player, and he does stupid things like this. And it's just brainless and needless. I mean, this was going to be a 5-meter line for a defense line for Glasgow. This could be looked at, and it could be a penalty for them. And you know, the Stormers could have been putting pressure under them, getting a late attacking line out, and I think Ruiz has just potentially given them a penalty. Absolutely. I mean, as I said, they were going to be a defensive line. There's absolutely no need here. Evan Ruiz comes through, makes the clean out, and then just picks him up and dumps him. I mean, why? Why? There's absolutely why do you need to do that? What is the point? So unnecessary. Still taking a while to have a look at exactly what's going on here. I think it's a penalty for Glasgow. It's a really, really silly penalty. Completely needless. They had put Glasgow under pressure. It was a fantastic kicking behind from Watchalong, and then it's just been all the good work's been undone by Evan Roos, who's going to concede a penalty here. He's got a reputation as well. You don't want to have that kind of reputation either. Yeah, so I don't think it's going to be a card. It will be a penalty. Silly, silly, silly. Yeah, yellow card. There's just no need. Absolutely no need whatsoever. And you can look as confused as you like. You can be upset as you like, but you've given him a decision to make. That's the one thing I always say when it comes to decisions like this. Whether you think it's harsh, whether you think it's fair, you have given the referee a decision to make. Don't give them a decision. Don't make them make a decision. I mean, that's so avoidable. It is so avoidable. Now, with a minute left, Glasgow will be able to kick their way further down. Probably get into half-time with a 6-point lead, whereas the Stormers were on the front foot with a bit of momentum. Maybe could have found a penalty, could have found an extra 3 points, could have gone with 3 points behind, could have scored a try, could have gone leading. You know, you never know, but they had the momentum, and now they've gifted that momentum away. They've gone down to a man down, and it's going to be a tough start to the second half here. So I'll take there from Glasgow. Once again, looking for that rolling ball. They've gone to the back of the line out. Very lateral so far. Not really much go forward movement. In fact, it's been very well stopped. George Horn goes to top Jordan, and he goes towards to Rory Dodge. Ben Loader gets thrown away. Still goes Dodge. It's a really good carry from him. Goes short. Oh my goodness, what a tackle that is. Well, there's a lot of scuffles here. I actually don't think this is an illegal tackle. I think this is just a big tackle. There's a lot of scuffle here. I think Joseph Draper's lying at the bottom of a scrap, but I just think this is a brilliant tackle. I don't think there's anything illegal about this whatsoever. I think this has been read perfectly. Yeah, so Draper shifts him slightly. I think it's Ruben van Heerden that then shifts him past the horizontal. This could be another decision to be made here. It's interesting. From that angle, it looks like Joseph is trying to bring him down, but Ruben van Heerden is like sort of the co-tackler and he's forced him over. That's 2 yellow cards. Well, this is all falling apart here from the Stormers. This was going really well. John Dobson must be sitting there thinking, what did he do wrong? And this is kickable, by the way. That's 2 in the bin. That's dreadful. That is panic stations now for the Stormers, and to think I put money on them. Not happy. Not happy in the slightest. Well, you're going to need a big second half performance. They're going to come out with 13 men. And as you can imagine, Glasgow going to the corner. Best case scenario for Stormers is to get to halfway. Just to get half time with the two in the bin, reset, try and work out a plan, try and not concede too many points, and just try and see if they can keep themselves in this game. But really not looking good for them at all. Good take there from Glasgow, and they've lost two in the pack as well, yeah, the Stormers. So once is the call, and penalty advantage here for Glasgow. They've got a bit of a run here, Johnny Matthews. They could go all the way here once again. He could go all the way. He is going to go all the way. It's far too easy. That could be game, set, and match. With 13 men in the bin. Well, 13 men, 2 in the bin. Glasgow goes storming over to open up an 11-point lead with the kick to come. And for the current finalists, their travelling woes continue because this is going from bad to worse. Yeah, so it was so important for Stormers not to concede there, and that's exactly what they've just done. And there's rolling more of Glasgow's looking ferocious. I mean, it's looking unstoppable at the moment. Far, far, far too good. A kick to come here from George Horn. Important kick this, actually. 11-point game. Starts on the right. It's never going to come back enough. Right, so half-time score will be 20 points to 9. Stormers with 2 players in the bin. Not the half that they would have liked. Lots of John Dobson to ponder at half-time. We'll be back in a little bit. Please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. And we will see you guys in just a bit. Right, and we're back underway, and the Stormers need a bit of a miracle, really. There are 11 points down. There are 13 players out there, 2 players in the bin in the form of Evan Lewis and Joseph Dweber. So not been the half that the Stormers would have liked, and going to need an absolutely massive shift if they are going to come with the result tonight. Horn goes to the boot early on, and will not find touch. Calant goes to Jean-Luc Duplessis. Goes under himself, under a bit of pressure. And the Stormers need a game manager. Really need a game manager. This is about keeping the ball. It's about playing in the right areas. Warrior going to the boot, asking Leon Zas, Ben Loader, and a couple of players to chase. Comes off Sasha Fame Gomezulu towards Leon Zas. Ball gets kicked in behind. And it'll run out. And this is where it's going to get interesting. Because now the Stormers do not have a hooker. So who throws it into the lineup? This is something. I mean, this is an issue. You know, they've got no Evan Lewis. They've got no Joseph Dweber. They haven't had a scrum yet, so they can't make the replacement yet for Joseph Dweber. So no way is Warwick going to throw it into the lineout. He is. Is there nothing he can't do? Is there nothing he can't do? Over the top he goes, and lost ball, as you probably kind of imagined, but cheap as me. Of all the people there. Ball over the top there, almost left 22. I cannot believe the Warwick lads are throwing balls into the lineup. I mean, really. John Dobson on the side there, changed a couple of players. Is he allowed to be there? Not sure, actually. Right, Warwick Lunch once again. Go to the front, and has been lost once again. Gone backwards. Kept inside by Warwick Lamp, but the ball did apparently roll out. Yeah, this is going to be a problem for the Stormers. Big, big problem. Yeah, I see. They're just trying to work out what they can do, the Stormers. We know what replacements they can make, can't make. But it's a problem because they've got no line-out option at the moment, and yeah, unfortunately, Warwick Land is a fantastic player. Line-out operations are not part of his expertise, and unfortunately, we're seeing it. But it's a bit of a freebie there from Glasgow Warriors as they throw a ball in, skew, and give away a free kick. And this is about managing. It is about absolutely about managing the game now from the Stormers. Trying to see lifts us high in the air. A couple of chases there. Leon Zas underneath it. So Angela Davis rather. Moving from hidden, putting a lot of pressure there on Carl Rowe. Now Horn going on the left-hand side to Ollie Cable. Johnny Duplessis, it's a great take from Johnny Duplessis. Going past the 10-meter line. Presented well for Herschel Yankees as well. Kicking Murabe. Just eating up the time here, Stormers. Ideally, situation for them is try and find a penalty or two. Very, very strong carry there from Ruben here. But the ball's come loose. Advantage here for Glasgow Warriors as well. I don't know if it's a knockout advantage or a penalty advantage that's been lost. And I think just a penalty. I mean, just a knockout advantage. It'll be a scrub. Right, so this will be an opportunity for Stormers to bring on a hooker. They'll be able to bring on Andre Hugo Fenton now. Right, here comes Andre Hugo Fenton. Angelo Davids is the man sacrificed. So at least they'll be able to sort out their lineouts. There's still going to be a man short of the scrum here, are the Stormers. Right, so that's a 0% success rate for Watchalong, so I don't think he's going to be making the shift to hooker anytime soon. Pretty solid scrum, all things considering that they are a man down there from the Stormers. Now comes the penalty advantage for Glasgow as they break off the back. Not the best, but ball goes over the top, and it's a knock on there from Ben Loader. Possibly a Lassas, rather. They go back for the penalty. Which has eaten a little bit of time here. So far, to be fair, the Stormers are not doing terribly here. I mean, I reckon Evan Lewis must have 3 minutes left on that yellow card. They want to take it quickly and notice the referee. That'll eat up seconds. Right, now Glasgow do progress. A stern-looking Franco Smith watches on, and yeah, I mean, jeep with me. I mean, in terms of golden opportunity for a pretty straightforward win, this should be it, really. A ball available, go back to Pilato. A couple of options there. Oh, it's a great tackle. Ball's come loose. Eventually forced Alex, but who's knocked it on, I think. He has knocked it on. That's brilliant pressure from the Stormers. They go back for the scrum, yeah, so that'll eat up some seconds. The Stormers, give them credit where it's credit's due. I think unless there's a penalty advantage back there, which I think there might be. Yeah, there's a penalty advantage. So still a penalty here for Glasgow Warriors. Still on the front foot here, the home side. Right on the 5-meter line. So important the Stormers survive this. I mean, if they want to win this game, they've got to score next. If Glasgow score now and start, 15, 16-point lead, then it's tickets here for the Stormers. Evan Lewis is getting ready to come back on. So this is basically the last phase they got to defend, and they'll be up to 14 men. They go to Richie Gray. Big defense needed from the Stormers. They've timed the hit really well, driving it towards the touchline. This is really good more defense. Use it as the call. Horn goes Stephen McDowell. McDowell, big hit coming from Sasha Feynman on Mazulu. Really good work here from the Stormers. They just got to survive this passage of play. And then can get at least back to 40 men. If this lasts more than sort of 30, 40 seconds, then they might even get Joseph Durr back on as well, get to a full contingent. They go down the left-hand side. There will be holes in this defense. So an extra effort needed from the 13 Stormers players on the park right now. Xander Ferguson. Knocked on. Well, there we go. That's brilliant for the Stormers to be able to defend that. 13 men. Right, Joseph Beaver and Evan Lewis back on. So both those yellow cards can be removed. Back to a full contingent here are the Stormers. Angelo Davids making his way on as well, as Andrew Hugo will go and take his spot on the bench. So conceded 1 try, 5 points, whilst both those players were off. So not terrible. They do have a scrum here, and back to a full contingent. So yeah, I mean, this needs to be a big hit. Need to win a penalty, get down the park, start rebuilding, start again. Got to score first. You score first, you make it 20 points, 16, it becomes a 4-point game. That's very much game on. It's gone down. And penalty for the Stormers. Yep. Tick 1. That's what I said. Tick 1. Win the penalty. Get yourself down the park. relieve the pressure, start shifting the momentum, start getting control of this game, just start winning the small battles, start building a bit of an innings in the second half, yeah? Not out of it yet. 11 points is catchable. It's 2 converted tries. A couple of subs being ready here on the Glasgow bench. And Sasha Faming on Missouri will look for a touch. Finds a decent touch, but they keep very well touched so far, yeah, the Stormers. They find touch inside Glasgow territory. So, yeah, that's a bit of momentum that they needed. Right, subs here coming, and it looks a lot of subs here. Yep. Oh my goodness. Well, they've thrown the dice here. Lisa Boboka's coming on. Marcel Tennis is coming on. Looks like Gary Porter's coming on, as well as RJ Smith, I believe. Yep. Full bench, all the forwards coming on, bar Brock Harris. So they rolled the dice here, the Stormers. Yeah, as far as bomb squads go, that's what they've thrown on. That's what they've tried to do here. I think Lisa Boboka will add a lot here. Interesting to see how the 2 locks go. Johnny Duplessis goes to Sasha Famer Gomezulu. Solid hit from him. Need to see more ball in hand. I'd like to see more Ben Load as well. Evan Lewis, he's got a lot to prove, as does Joe Streba after those 2 yellow cards. Johnny Duplessis goes short here to Ben Loader. Lewis again. I think he's actually gone to H as Lewis. Ball's gone backwards. And he's gone straight through Johnny Duplessis. Looking for options. Looking for options. Still going. Looking for options. Still going. Into the 22. Pick up and go from Evan Lewis. He's slightly isolated. Needs some support. And he's knocked it on. And he's knocked it on. Patience, patience, patience. Where was the patience? Brilliant from Johnny Duplessis. Initially really good carry. The ball comes loose there. Yankees fumbles and it goes backwards, and Johnny Duplessis picks it up brilliantly, gets through the gap, looking for the offload, steps away from one, still going, still looking for the offload, still going, and eventually he makes a good 20-30 meters. And then Evan Lewis picks up and goes, completely isolated, loses the ball in contact, and it will be a scrum. But it's got a fresh Lisa Boboka who are having a good go here, as Richie Gray makes way for Scott Cummings. Jamie Batty on for Ollie Cable as well. So the bench is starting to be both got a 6-2 split, by the way. Eight scrums won by Glasgow, 2 from the Stormers, something the Stormers want to try and fix, but they do have basically a brand new scrum. 2 new locks, 2 new flanks. That's a big shove, huge shove, huge shove. And Vanderlei gets to pick it up from the back. Runs over, just a good tackle from Johnny Duplessis. Brave tackle from the fly half. But already you can see the difference in that scrum. And that's not a bad clearance from George Horn, but momentum still, yeah, with the Stormers. You'll have a line out about 5 meters past the 10-meter line. So, yeah, big scrum, big moment, big move. It's a great tackle. Yeah, just gets himself so low and basically makes himself a speed bump. Brave there from Duplessis. Had a good game, actually. I've enjoyed him. I've really enjoyed him coming back to South and playing his rugby. I think he's a nice fly half. Got the skill set. Nothing too flashy, but just very solid. Sometimes you need a bit of solidity. You know, sometimes you need somebody who doesn't have the flash and you know, maybe necessarily an X factor, but just does the basics very well. Speaking of basics very well, just needs to hit the line-out marker here. And they've lost it. They have lost it, have the Stormers. Their lineouts have not been good tonight. Xander Ferguson, he's carried well tonight. He breaks off the back. Now George Horn lifting high in the air. Leon's ass up against touchline. Times it, in fact, it comes back to South Glasgow Warriors. So they want it back here. George Horn fires it out towards Jordan, who puts in the cross kick, and it's allowed to bounce. And it'll bounce out. So Stormers get away with that. Shouldn't have let it bounce. That was almost could have been a bit awkward for them. But the lineouts are a massive, massive problem here. Right, that's a much better take there. This time, Gary Porter getting up there and taking it well. Joseph Dweber controlling things at the back here. And all of a sudden, it's come through the middle here as Marcel Tennyson, ball available. Pick up and go there from Ben Jason Dixon. He's gone to the flank. Now Ivan Ruiz. Ball available there for Hershey. He's a bit sloppy here. Nearly Bashir pops it up to Johnny Duplessis. Going to Ben. Sash Bateman comes through the ball over the top towards Ben Loader. Oh my goodness, that's just barbaric. Kalant putting the chip in behind for... Oh, I think it just ran out. Just ran out. Leon Zas thought he was in there. Almost perfectly weighted. Good line at that from Glasgow. Inside ball, well read from Josh Dwyer. Big tackle from him. Much better than that earlier tackle. The physicality's been good, yeah, from the Stormers. It's just, they just had a couple of very poor moments. Their maul defense hasn't been good enough generally, although it was very good earlier. But their general defense has been decent. Right, so Joseph Dweber needs to hit his man here. I don't know why they keep going to the back of the line when they've lost a couple of times. It's much better though. Penalty advantage here as well. Much better from the Stormers. Not a little bit of momentum. Yeah, I'll go back for the penalty. No advantage to the corner. There we'll go. That's a much better line out. Looking to compete here. Looking a little really more here, the Stormers. It's stopped now. Just trying to get that ball. It is available at the back. I think once will be the core here. Now they're going to go forward ball. Just is slightly isolated. Needs to try and work his way back to the middle. Much better here from the Stormers. They're working their way through. Out is the core. Now he does break to Joseph Dweber. They're 5 meters out. Joe Stormers pick up and go here from Ben Jason Dixon. He makes a yard or two. Hershey Yankees pops up to Netley Bashir as captain for the evening. And that's offside as well. Joseph Dweber hit behind the line because of the offside. Evan Ruiz almost through the middle. Good continuity, yes, from the Stormers. Now they go on the left-hand side. Juggle. Charlie Duplessis pops it up towards Ben Loader. Ben Loader gets across one. He's almost over. He's trying to get himself down, trying to present it for the Stormers so they can reuse it. Hershey Yankees looking for options. Goes on the right-hand side. Netley Bashir just short. And hold up. They'll go back for the penalty. They were trying to reuse it. And that's what Hershey Yankees is saying. He wants to reuse it. Offside there. And all of a sudden, I think Glasgow needs to be a bit careful. Got a couple of back-to-back penalties here. Right, decision time here for the Stormers. I tell you what, I'm not even sure. I'm fancying a scrum here after that hit. I think Hershey Yankees key for it. Tap and go, maybe? Yeah, I'm going to call it scrum. Yeah, they're going to back themselves. Big moment here. Huge moment in the game. Right, big scrum here for the Stormers. Big scrum. It's gone down. We have a reset. Yeah, then he's Walker's going to back himself. Yeah, he's going to fancy himself. Yeah. On the 5 meter line, right by the poles, I reckon they'll have Sasha Fairman Gomez standing towards the right of the scrum, and they'll have Johnny Duplessis towards the left, would be my guess. In fact, they've got Warwick Lant standing behind, which is probably about right as well. Big scrum from the. Oh, it's a penalty for Glasgow. Coming in from the Italy for sure. Well, that's a big moment. That could be it, you know. And that's Nettie Bashir who's been pinged for scrumming in. Straight across against Nettie Bashir. It's against the captain. Big moment in the game. The perfect moment for Stormers to try and hit back, and they conceded a penalty. It's a great kick as well there from Jordan. That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Win the penalty. Get yourself down the halfway line. It will be your line as well. That's the perfect way to exit. Right, so Andrew Hugo Fenton's on there, and he's all over the ball there. He could be turnover boy here. This from ball's eventually available. Solid carry. They're coming from the replacement loose head for Glasgow Warriors. Jamie Batty uses the call. Ball lifts it high in the air. Leon Zaz coming in. Great take from him. It's a big hit on him as well, but it's well taken from the wing. Fires out to Warwick Lant. Lant goes to that right boot. Angelo Davids. He's there putting a lot of pressure on. Great chase there from Ben Loader. Oh, it's a big hit on Xander Ferguson once again. Oh, straight down the middle is Bananu. It's a great ankle tap. They kicked ahead from Horn. And juggled by Warwick Lant. And then juggled by Glasgow Warriors. Picked up by Sash Payman Gomez Zulu. Foul has been played here. Leon Zaz pops back to Warwick Lant. Towards the 10 meter line here. Bit of a fractured play here now. It's almost good hands there. Sash Payman Gomez Zulu's having to go back here. And they're going to go all the way back for the initial knock on. Right, so penalties. They do go for the line. But they have not found touch. That's. Or have they? Yeah, no, the referee has said that he has found touch. Yeah, it's because he didn't catch it. I think is the issue there. Right, so line-out cheer for Stormers. A couple of replacements here for Glasgow as Sordoni comes on for Ferguson. The Argentinian prop. BITDEFENDER goes to the top. It's a good line-out win. Working hard during the road anymore. Yeah, the Stormers got to score next. Got to score next. It's taking a while to get going. Yeah, BITDEFENDER now breaks himself. He's slightly isolated. Makes the ball available though for Yankees. Big counter-rack. Ball eventually available. Pops up towards Leon Zatz. He needs to go himself. Just share Barakia. He does do that very well. Yankees pops it up towards Ben Jason Dixon. He's been a workhorse tonight. But they've lost a bit of momentum here, the Stormers. Need somebody to get him over the advantage line. Good low tackle there coming from the Glasgow. Now Lizo Koboka. Ball back inside to Ben Jason Dixon, making a yard or two. That's a bit better. Now Evan Ruiz. Up 5 meters away. And he's won it. That is dreadful cleaning from the Stormers. Absolutely dreadful. He's having an absolute stormer though. Excuse the pun. But goodness me, what a game Sione Valinu's having. Yeah, I think this ball attention not be good enough for the Stormers. They're just not really pitched up tonight, to be honest. Apparently neither the Sharks, who are currently leading the Ospreys over at the Twickenham Stoop. So it's not been a good good night so far from South African teams. Good line up there from Rory Dodge. Sorry, Matt Ferguson rather. Penalty advantage there, I think, as well. Or knock on, so it'll be a scrum for the Stormers. And Johnny Dubois is going to be replaced by Clayton Blommakeys. It's interesting to see now if Clayton Blommakeys is going to go into the fly-out position. Is he going to go into... I assume he'll go into fly-half and Warwick will stay outside, I mean, at 15. Matt Ferguson getting a bit of attention there. Right, so people, if you're watching, what are we thinking here? What do we say? So it hit there. Really good work. Yeah, there comes the second shove now from the Stormers. Diving pass out towards Tupolato. He needs to try and get back at the front foot. Clayton Blommakeys getting up there nice quickly to try and make the hit. Decent hit from him as well. Almost through goes Jamie Batty. Oh, and does go through as George Horn. Kick and chase. Comes across from Angelo Davis, pops into Leon Zas, ball over the top towards Clayton Blommetjies. Right, what does Clayton Blommetjies want to do? He wants to run. He's seeing a bit of space here. Pops it inside to Evan Ruiz. Big hit on him. Ball available. Stephen Unger goes on the right side, gets the ball, hands through the tackle there. Leon Zas. Does anybody want to pick it up? No, it's knocked on. That's knocked on. Just sloppy. It's been a very sloppy watch, actually. It's been quite a tough watch, to be honest, because it's just the soft skills have been really poor. And I don't think it's that wet, so I'm a bit confused as to what the reason for, the sloppiness has been. We're having a check here of a potential foul play. It'll be interesting to see if anything comes from it. Could be a big moment in the game as well, but it is the yellow card. If Glasgow go down to 14 men. Garen saying Stormers not having a great game. Yeah, it's an understatement, I think. Right, doesn't look like it's going to be a yellow card, yeah? He's quite lucky there. The Anthony Bashir is replaced, so that's the full bench on now for Stormers. Stephen Unger on for scrum off. Brock Harris, the ever-present, ever-green, ever-youthful Brock Harris. It is a penalty for the Stormers, not a yellow card. And they've not found touch. That is diabolical. That is absolutely diabolical. I'm not sure who kicked it in the end, but you cannot make a mistake like that. That is dreadful. Not the first time either. Stafford McDowell. Kalant. Options, yeah, what you looking for? Drifting sideways. Oh my goodness, and it's been juggled by Sasha Famer and Gomazulu, the lads players are all over him. They're gonna have to try and come to a save. Yeah, it's good hustle from the Stormers. Brock Harris, his first carry of the evening. Clayton Blommetjies now back in the pocket. Needs to find touch. Does find touch. Needs to find touch earlier to the Stormers. Good sack there from the Stormers. As Glasgow looking to build from deep. Good hands. So much. Oh, no, they've gone through it. Is it forward? It is forward. Well, they're busy playing our Glasgow Warriors, but the whistle's long gone. Penalty advantage for offside, yeah. Yeah, penalty advantage there. And Sasha Famer Gomazulu's done. He's not had the best of games, if we're going to be brutally honest. He's had some moments, but he's made a lot of mistakes. And I think what we're seeing here is a very talented young raw player. But I think raw being a very, very important term. He'll get a lot better. I think he's going to be world class. He uses class when he's playing well, but he's just shown, I think, tonight that there are levels to the game, and he's going to take a while to get there. He's had some fantastic games, and he's had some games where he's looked so comfortable at this level, but tonight's just not been one of them, unfortunately, for him. So he's going to have to work on that. And, yeah, he's kicked off the team. But again, and that's what I keep saying, we need to just be a bit careful when we sort of just overhype players, get too excited too quickly. He's young, he needs to learn. It's what England, I think, need to do with Marcus Smith. He's had some very good club performances, been some great moments for Marcus Smith in an England shirt so far, in a Harlequin shirt. He's been brilliant, but Just let these players develop into the player that they need to become. Now, more to the point, we've got a bit of a bet on the line here from Boyle Sports in that Chris had a plus 11.5 for the Stormers, and so right now that would hit with the score at the moment. But if Glasgow were to score again, then that bet wouldn't hit. So this is a pretty precarious situation to be in. There hasn't been any points, by the way, in the second half so far. And ironically, Stormers score next. They're not out of this game at all. Good hit there. Good. I mean, so far the Maul defense looked a lot better this half for Stormers. Once is the call. Yeah, good work here from the Stormers. Looking for a second shove here, Glasgow, but they're right up against touchdown. They do use it. They go short to Tupolotto. Need a moment here, the Stormers. Need to get out of the trouble here. Good carry there from Peterson. Now Scott Cummings. Oh, it's a great tackle. It's a big hit there on Rory Dodge. Down the left-hand side. They go. The ball almost pops up, though. Gets away to George Hoy, and forward is the call. And once again, very good defense here from the Stormers. So, I mean, they've conceded basically 2 more tries and then a really poor, read. Apart from that, defense has actually looked pretty good. Oh, well, what a game that Banner just had. Absolutely storming his way past the Stormers. Great outing for the number 8. All right, Storms will be looking for a penalty here. That's the only thing I think that'll be on their mind. They've got to try and find a penalty. I have a reset here. Ball's come straight out the back. And I think that's a penalty now for the Stormers. No? That is just a reset. It's a bit of afters. User the call. Stefan Angrass to user. Goes on the left-hand side with Warakalan. What can Warakalan look to cook up? He goes to Ben Loader. It's a big tackle and Ben Loader. He's trying to stay in. Does stay in. Good work there from Tupolotto. Angra now goes back towards, I think it's RJ Smith, the big man. Quick ball, flings it out towards Tatum Lomikis. Tatum Lomikis goes to Lisa Koborka's got a bit of space to run. Good carry from him. Still going as Lisa Koborka being dragged through by Gary Porter and Ben Master Tillerson. Now, Tatum Lomikis, not too many options. Dabs over the top, and he's kicked into touch. Another day, another mistake. Too easy, far too easy. Only more here for Glasgow. I think once the call it there, George Horn is digging for it. Goes out towards McDowell. Not too many options for him. He goes over Clayton Blomkeys. Good carry from the captain. Now a bit of options here. Hack down behind the side. He's been completely caught. And is that 22? No, I think it was just, yeah, I was obviously inside Stormers territory. It's a great kick in behind there. That's absolutely brilliant. In terms of game management, just pinning the Stormers all the way back. Rizla saying the play tour is looking for extra teams to play on. Well, I think it's such a bad excuse, isn't it? Because it shouldn't be that difficult. I mean, the whole point of 4G pitch is that it's supposed to be, easier to find grip. It's coast better with the, oh my goodness, and well, it's thankfully been knocked on by the Stormers because their balls were straight over the top. Their lineup has been an absolute shambles. He's got Boboka, solid carry from him. He's been very good since coming on. I think he's going to be a great signing. I think him and Steve Satorli will be very revolutionary for the Stormers side. It's a difficult person to replace as Steven gets off, but I think that they do have very able replacements in... Well, that's bounced. That's bounced and gone back towards Horn. He throws it towards Kyle Rowe. He's got an ankle tap there. He's lost his footing just as well. I think he'd actually rounded Angelo Davis and knock on there. So with 4 minutes to go, Stormers will have a scrum. Right, big scrum, penalty down there. Best thing the Stormers can do right now is try and get within 7, try and get that losing bonus point, which would be a big win for them considering how badly they've played, to be perfectly honest. Oh, and that's not 4 by Ben Loader. I mean, that's just... Oh, jeez. I'm running out of words here. I'm genuinely running out of words. How a team which has always got such a good skill set, they're one of the top teams in the competition. They throw the ball around and they've just made so many basics. I mean, I'd love to see the knock-on stats. It's been dreadful. It's been absolutely dreadful. Trying to see here. 6 clean breaks from Glasgow Warriors, 2 from the Stormers, 17 defenders beaten, more offloads, more territory. Stormers with 17 missed tackles, tackle success rates 87%. Discipline's pretty even. Right, just over 2 minutes left, and I think the Stormers' chance to try and get that losing bonus point is evaporating very quickly. They were woeful tonight. Woeful. Ali Mark, by the way, is coming onto the park, so does that mean there's an injury to Lizo Koboka, which will not be good? They had so many injury issues with Lizo Koboka. It's been so heartbreaking to sort of watch what should have been such a great career just not really live up to the expectation because he has had so many injuries, so hopefully that's nothing too serious. And the last few players on here for Glasgow in the forms of Angus Fraser, Henko Fenter came on a few minutes earlier. I think Jamie Dobie just come on as well. So there goes Walker. Looks like a shoulder, could be a collarbone. Yeah, I don't think that's a short-term injury. Unfortunately, when you're walking around like that, that doesn't look good. Doesn't look good at all. Yeah, they go down the, I thought about going on the right side, then they go down the left-hand side, do Glasgow. He turned the ball over here, the Stormers, just over a minute left. Glasgow searching for that bonus point try. Stormers also looking for a bonus point, but a losing bonus point. Tupoloto, who just, by the way, has been named man of the match. Down the left-hand side, Glasgow do go. Now going short. And, the knock-on here. So turnover ball here for the Stormers. Right, so a late opportunity. They'll have one last roll of the dice here. One last go. Right, Garen says Stormers have never looked like winning bad away form. Yeah, no, they haven't. They've been absolutely dreadful. This is one of the worst Stormers performances I've seen in a long, long time. And I'm going to be in the press conference with John Dobson in probably about half an hour's time. And yeah, not to be the person to power bad news. I think you're definitely asking to sit there saying what happened. Right, free kick taken quickly here. Sasha Famer and Gomazulu trying to get those back on the front foot here. The clock does go red. Andrew Hugo Fenter. Right, try for Stormers will get them within that 7 points, by the way. They're 11 points behind. So, I mean, if they can get themselves into a kickable position, for example, that would be 8 points behind. So, not an option. Marcel Tennyson, but they're still deep inside their own half here, the Stormers. So, a long way to go to get to that try line. Right, Clayton Blommeke's starting to go himself. Almost up to the halfway line. Ball gets ripped and then knocked up. Penalty, though, from the Stormers. So they'll be able to kick towards the corner here. You just be patient here. Need to be patient. Right, just outside the 22. Right, just outside the 22. Good take. And he doesn't manage to get down very easy, but no penalty advantage so far. Picks out off the back. Goes Andrew Hugo Fenter. Just outside the 22. Not a lot of rolling away. There's eventually available for Stefan Ungrove. Now Brock Harris. Can't make any mistakes here, can the Stormers? Now, even Ruiz seeing half a gap getting into the 22. A bit of impetus. That's what we like to see. Now, Clayton Blommeke's back ball back inside, going to Andrew Hugo Fenter. Available for Stefan Ungrove. Pops it up to Ali for Mark. Evan Ruiz once again. Always a willing ball carrier, Evan Ruiz. Clayton Blommeke's going himself. Once again, Andrew Hugo Fenter. It seems like it's just him and Evan Ruiz carrying at the moment. Coming on the shoulder there was Sasha Famer Gomazulu. Now Evan Ruiz once again showing go. Good acceleration. Making some progress here, the Stormers. Popping up towards Marcel Tennyson. He's met well on the tackle. Stefan Ungrove just directing traffic down the right-hand side. You see a bit of space. And then Evan Ruiz has knocked it forward. Terrible. And that kind of sums it up, doesn't it? That sums it up. Right, people, thank you very much for joining me for what was a pretty torrid match, to be perfectly honest. The Stormers have been outplayed and haven't really pitched up. I think they're still in Cape Town. Would have liked to have seen the trophy celebrations with the Stormers. I think their mind was still there, unfortunately. We will be back live tomorrow for the Bulls game, as well as the Barbarians versus Wales. So we'll come and see you guys then. Please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well.